Hey y'all. So something I've realized in my starting over at 42 journey is that I have, since I moved out of my parents' house when I was 18, always at every juncture felt like I'm living out of a suitcase. And that includes places that I lived for. I had my apartment in LA for like 10 years. I probably felt the most at home when I lived in Japan. What's my hair doing? And I was living in company housing as a Disney employee. And I probably felt the most settled there, which is interesting because I was a foreigner in a foreign land. But I realized that even since I've been married, I've always felt like I'm living out of a suitcase. Like at any moment, I'm just going to have to like cut and run or go to the next thing. And if you're new here, I'm Casey Jones. I was in a really popular girl group, the Shindellas, and at the end of the year, decided to move forward as no longer a part of the group. And that's a whole nother story for another time. We'll get there eventually, but right now I'm just focusing on myself and relearning who I am as not just a solo artist, but just as an individual, as a person, as a woman. Leaving the group was there. I had a big epiphany that in most of my relationships, romantic, some friendships, there's always been this sort of like identity exchange where like I become a part of the thing and let parts of myself go that I feel like might be threatening to people or might be overwhelming or maybe too much, or I try to become the person that is needed for the environment, which I think in some ways is an amazing quality and skill to have, and in some ways is just like so toxic for yourself and doesn't allow for fully honest, open relationships because you're not letting people really know you. There's a level of manipulation and people pleasing that I think we don't talk about enough, because people pleasers are so easy to celebrate. It's so easy to celebrate people who are accommodating and caring, and we don't look at the part where it's like, what are they losing? And then what are the people that they're trying to please also losing by not being able to have the full experience of a person? But I digress. Right now, I'm in this part of. Oh, that's. I was like, what is that? Shh, it's my fan. Right now, in this part of the journey, though, I'm realizing this thing about myself, about home and settling. And I've had some really good conversations with friends lately, particularly my friend Sonia Rao, and you should follow her. She's an incredible singer-songwriter and creativity coach and just amazing about what home is and how we need home and how we carry home. And I realize I've always kind of avoided it. And I think it's because it's not that I avoid hard things, but when I know that something can give me a sense of loss, maybe I don't allow myself to fully look at it or sit with it. Like I keep a little bit of separation. And when I left my family, when I moved to LA at 19, well, when I went to college at 18, but then when I moved to LA, because that was moving states, it was really hard. Like I still sometimes, I've never been able to just think about that being at the airport leaving. It's still like a raw wound, like a hot searing, like loss and fear and grief. And I realized that maybe when it comes to my sense of home as an adult still, I sort of avoid feeling fully settled because I don't ever want to feel that feeling of loss again. This is me processing this in real time. Anyway, in this period of kind of starting anew and figuring out who I am and what I need and what I want and how I want to share my art and my thoughts, I realize I need to really nest. Earlier, a couple months ago in last fall, my friend Stacy Johnson, who is also an incredible singer, songwriter, actor, model, and interior designer. People don't like, she can do everything. She's a Virgo. She's a triple Virgo. She can do everything better than any of us. But I asked for her help with interior design for my apartment. I wasn't going to do anything with the apartment because I was like, we're just here while we're looking for a house. And so we're going to be in boxes. It's fine. But after I got back from tour, I was like, well, I don't want to live like this. Like, I deserve a cozy place. And I've always kind of relied on my roommates to decide what they want the vibe to be and then just go along with that. But I really decided to like look at the things that I have and think about, because I didn't want to buy a bunch of new stuff because we're going to be getting a house at some point. And I was like, Stacy, would you help me? And thankfully she was like, yeah, girl, finally. And it was like, she was like, oh, I've been waiting to get my hands on yours, because I have some cool pieces and I have great taste, even though I'm not the best at putting it all together, but she is. And so she helped me start to make the apartment, like, I mean, look at like this little, feel very cool and aesthetic, like to my and my husband's aesthetics. And but I still, after the holidays, came back and I was like, I still have that living out of a suitcase feeling, you know? And I just realized I need to KonMari my shit, you know, like not to the extreme, but does this spark joy? Why is this here? What am I holding on to? What are in these cupboards? Go through all the boxes, those random junk boxes that you throw everything in when you're moving, and then you're like, oh, I'll go through this later, and then you just put it in a storage unit, and then you're just wasting money on a storage unit and avoiding going through. You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, God bless you. You never learn. Stay organized, honey. Stay where you're at. You don't want any of this. But I realized I need to do that. And then I also realized that I've been avoiding it because I'm not great. I'm not a great organizer. I am extremely ADHD and I'm going to go in that closet to do a purge, and I'm going to end up in costume, right? Like, I'm going to end up fully in a gown, with a hat, with a wig, creating looks like, oh, we should do this, we should do this. I should call Natasha and we should edit this dress into this, and nothing, like, that is what happens. I immediately go into like creativity mode, but not in a way that is necessarily productive or that ever gets fully realized. And this is a season of realization, and realization, completion. So I realize that I also feel sometimes when I'm doing nesting stuff, housework, I feel like, oh, I'm supposed to be doing something else. I should be posting, or I should be writing, or I put all of these things in front of the thing that I need to do, but when I'm doing those things, I'm also thinking about the other thing. And yes, I'm medicated. I'm on my Wellbutrin, so that helps. Part of it is just my personality. My brain is going a million miles a minute all the time. I'm very involved in my friends and my family's lives too, so I'm always thinking about my life. I'm always thinking about their lives. But I realize I haven't been giving myself a base, giving it to me. Hot ice cream, you know? And that foundation and that base is in the nesting that I've been avoiding. And it seems like such a weird time to want to be cozy with the world and our country. I'm in the United States, just in terror and chaos. But it also seems more important than ever because of those things. And yeah, so I'm going to take a few days or a few weeks, however long it takes, and just completely focus on my home, my stuff, my the space my things are occupying and what I want it to feel like. And I'm making that my priority. And I feel like I have to say that out loud. I don't know why. I just feel that feels, other people are probably just like, duh. I mean, like, I feel like if this could be like a bang. I feel like other people are probably just like, duh, especially my Cancers and my Tauruses. But for me, this feels revolutionary. Like, I'm going to put my phone on DND. I'm not going to worry about posting anything. I'm not going to worry about capturing any of the process for content, which is the other thing that goes through my head. Oh, I should be getting this. I should be getting. Sometimes you just need to be present in the thing you're doing and remember that everything isn't about likes and shares, and everything isn't an opportunity for whatever. I'm a big believer, and I always used to say this in my group, like, we don't want to leave money on the table. Like, if we're having this recording session, we need to also make sure we're getting these shots for social media and we're getting everybody's individual thoughts. Like, when you're in those moments, making sure you're maximizing your time and getting as much as you can so that it's work smarter, not harder. But I didn't realize how much that was carrying over into my personal life and how much anxiety that has been giving me, because it carries over in terms of like the pressure and stress. However, not in terms of the getting it done. It's like I'm thinking it's it's like in my head, but then I'm not necessarily doing it. And then that also causes its own thing, you know? And hold on, I'm gonna try this. I just feel like my hair has grown so much. I shaved my head in 2024, and I cannot believe how much it has grown from dead bald to floofy goofy bloofy foofy. Floofy goofy bloofy foofy. Shoofoofy. Moofy. Poofy. Oh, 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 oh. Hey. Hey. Hey, do 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 do, you know. So anyway, that's what I'm doing. I guess this is my confessional. This is the first thing I'm posting, even though it's technically shouldn't be the first thing in the series. But I need to get the things that I need to get done, and I need to enjoy the process and celebrate the process and let myself be present in the process with no expectation to commodify it or oh wait oh ew yuck or make it something for social media, or you guys, you understand. You see my little grays? What's that? What is that? What's that? Okay. Oh, she fine. This is actually yesterday's makeup. I was trying to see, I have a couple friends who can sleep in their makeup and just be fully beat the next day, and like we'll do that. We'll like get their makeup done, go to their event, sleep, get up, go to like their other events, and they can do that for like a day, sometimes even 2 days. I cannot. But I was like, can I sleep in these lashes and will they stay on? This one's a little vajun because I slept on this side, but not too shabby. Not too great, but not too bad, baby. Anyway, I'm going to go. I am Casey Jones. I am 42 years old. After spending my life since I was 19 pursuing entertainment, to having a lot of success in commercials, in musical theater, in commercial music with my group, the Shindellas. I've toured all over the world. I've done so many cool things. And for the first time since I left my house, I am going to nest. And And I'm taking some time at arguably the worst possible time for a person, a woman in my industry, to pause and figure out who I am now. I mean, I know myself really well, but I don't think I've given myself the opportunity to reconsider what I want. And I don't want to be a person who holds myself hostage to the dreams I had when I was 9 years old, or 15 years old, or even 25 years old, because the world changes every day. And the industry I aspire to is so completely different now than it was when I began. And I have entirely new skill sets and new passions and new interests, and I don't want to not give myself the opportunity to explore things because I should hold on tight because as a 42-year-old who's had success, I should just be riding on that. And I don't want to operate in my life from desperation or fear. My gifts will always make a way. And I truly believe that if you show up in life with an open heart and do your very best to truly be yourself and be honest, the world will open for you. And the more you do that, the more you will be able to feel that inner pulling, and that pulling will never lead you wrong, ever. But you've got to get really clear to be able to feel that. And somewhere in the past 10 years, I blocked that a little bit, and I need to clean my corners, and I need to allow myself a home. So that's where I'm at. If you got this far, thank you. I love you. I hope if you're also, in a pivot, or I don't even want to say a pivot, in an expansion, in a returning, a reclamation, that you're giving yourself grace and space. And if there are people in your life who are in that place that you're giving them grace and space, I know it can be like not easy, but it's very important. Even when the world is, especially when the world is on fire. So I love you. It's nice to meet you. And I'll be back soon. I'll be back when I feel like I have settled firmly. And when that happens, I cannot wait to start sharing more of this process for me. Okay. Have a wonderful time.